Blood. It is an essential part of life. It is what keeps us alive. It is the most important thing in our body, second only to the brain. Blood. It is very important and we need it to survive, but we do not need all of it. It is very important to consider the option of donating blood when you can to those who need it desperately. Why is donating blood so important? According to the One Blood organization, every 2 seconds, every day, somebody, somewhere, needs blood desperately to save their lives. The reason that blood is so important is that it cannot be manufactured outside of the body and has a very limited shelf life. 37% of the American population is eligible to donate blood, yet only 5% actually donate regularly. Another great thing about donating blood is that it's not just limited to the United States. According to the World Health Organization, your blood can travel internationally and really help those who need it in third world countries especially. What is your blood used for? Your blood can actually be used for many purposes. A common misunderstanding about blood usage is that it is used for severe accident victims and trauma victims who need the most blood. But actually, people who need the most blood are those being treated for cancer, getting orthopedic surgery and cardiovascular surgery, or being treated for inherited blood disorders that have no cure. According to the Red Cross, your blood can be broken down into 3 parts: red cells, platelets, and plasma. Even with just 1 pint of blood, red cells can be used for general medicine and trauma. Platelets can be used for cancer patients to promote white blood cell production, and plasma can be used on burn victims to promote circulation for healing. It is important to know that just 1 pint of your blood can save and could up to 3 lives. What are the benefits of donating blood? Besides knowing the fact that you have the possibility of saving 3 lives, there are many benefits to donating blood. According to the Healthline, you have to go through screening to donate blood, and it is basically a free checkup, and sometimes it even reveals an underlying condition that you didn't know about and desperately need treatment for. Risk of heart disease is also lowered, and risk of cancer is also lowered. If all that does not convince you, did you know that you can also get paid for donating your blood, especially for plasma? If all of what I have told you still has not convinced you, this is Brian Doyle's story. Brian is a very active and human being and always tries to get good grades and set a good example for the younger members of his family. On July 2004, he was on his way home from swim practice when a dump truck smashed into his car on the driver's side. His injuries were life-threatening and catastrophic. All of his organs were damaged. His heart went across his chest. Both his lungs were collapsed. His pelvis was shattered. He had broken almost all of his ribs and had nerve damage, and he was put into a medically induced coma for 2 months. Overall, Brian lost 60% of his blood volume and had to have 36 blood transfusions and 13 plasma treatments, all of which were donated by people who gave their blood. This is why donating blood is so important. Blood. It is very important, and we need it to survive, but we don't need all of it. It's important to consider the options of donating blood when you can to help those who desperately need it. You can help save lives.